Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year 2023. Well, I haven't made a video in a while, and I do apologize, but I think I should probably make one right now. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the best films of 2022. The year that just passed us, it had lots to offer, so let's take a look. The first movie I'd like to talk about is Turning Red. It was a wonderful first directed debut of Dom Maché, who directed the Disney Pixar short Bayo, and it takes place solely in Toronto. It's about this little girl named Mei Mei who turns into a red panda. And it is a great film about mothers and daughters and friends and being a kid in the early 2000s in Toronto, Canada. Another film I'd like to talk to you about is The Batman. Definitely one that I was excited for when I first saw it. I heard many good things about Robert Pattinson as the Batman, and I was very skeptical at first, but looks like Mr. Edward Twilight really shined through as the Batman, and of course, who can forget Paul Dano as the Riddler, and in the one of this interesting, gritty mysteries of 2022. Finally, I'd like well, not finally. Another movie I'd like to talk about is definitely my favorite of 2022. Everything Everywhere All at Once. A crazy, out of this world multiverse journey with great editing, great cinematography, great acting by Michelle Yeoh and Key Walt Quinn, and just great all around. A movie about this laundromat lady who's trying to get her taxes done, but multiversal forces are forcing her to save the day. It is a great movie, and I highly recommend it. Another film I'd like to talk about, for my nephew's sake, is Sonic the Hedgehog, his favorite film of 2022. We both really enjoyed this one. We like seeing Knuckles played brilliantly by Erdis Elba, and once again Jim Carrey shining as Dr. Eggman. And it's just a fun movie to watch with kids or by yourself because everyone needs to watch Sonic the Hedgehog once in a while. I'd also like to talk about the most cool movie this year, Top Gun Maverick, sequel to the 1980s film Top Gun. Once again stars Tom Cruise as good old Maverick, who's causing trouble flying planes and just being awesome. Yep, just being awesome. That's it. That's it. And great. It's a great film to see in theaters. I watched it on the big screen. My heart's still beating from it. Another one I want to talk about with you is Elvis. I feel like Austin Butler did a great job as Elvis, and I really like the movie, and I love how it's told by the Colonel, played by Tom Hanks, perspective, and it's just brought to light how bad the Colonel was in real life, and what he did to Elvis and his family. But it was a really good movie, and I highly enjoyed the performances from the actors. Another one I wanted to talk to you about is Nope, another horror film by Jordan Peele. It's about uh, a animal stunt trainer who finds out that we are not alone in this universe, and it's a very interesting movie, and it's a spectacle. It's definitely a spectacle, and I felt like I was watching some very old Steven Spielberg films like E.T. and Close Encounters of the first Encounters of the Third Kind with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, um, with this movie, and I really enjoyed it. Next, I want to talk about my favorite horror film of 2022, definitely Terrifier 2. It took a very underrated horror film and made it more. Art the Clown is scary, and the movie is well directed, and I really enjoyed it. Another film I'd like to talk to you about is The Banshees of Inisherin. I'm an Irishman myself, you see, and gotta love that Colin Farrell. Oh, he was an actor. He and Brendan Gleeson. Oh my gosh, it made my Irish heart to patter. I love seeing the old Irish hills again in this movie, and I really like the comedy. I really love the acting. I really love how it's a simple story of a man just saying, "I don't really like you anymore. I used to like you, but I don't like you anymore." And I really enjoyed it. And another movie that I want to talk about is The Menu. Wonderful performance by Ralph Fiennes as this Gordon Ramsay like chef who works at an island, and he invites these people to his island to eat his food, and there's something diabolical in the background happening, and I really enjoyed like the commentary of this film. There's a lot to digest. Sorry for the pun. Another film I want to talk about is The Fabelmans. Oh my gosh, Steven Spielberg made a film about himself, and it was awesome. I had a lot of fun watching this movie, seeing Steven Spielberg just go back to his childhood and say, oh yeah, I've had this creativity in my mind since I was in my in my diapers, and I really enjoyed the scene of him meeting his hero, one of my favorite directors, John Ford, played by another one of my favorite directors, David Lynch, and I just enjoyed the film. And my two last great films for 2022 is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio and Puss in Boots 2: The Last Witch. Both of these movies were well acted, well animated, very visually stunning. I enjoyed them both. They had great stories, and I'm gonna probably be rewatching them again because I just had so much fun. Um, Pinocchio is very grim and very dark, and it's perfectly brought to life by Guillermo del Toro's directing. And Puss in Boots: The Last Witch is just a fun adventure comedy animated film that throws everything at you. Great villains, great characters, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Well, those are my picks for 2022. Can't wait to let you know about how things are in 2023. Have a great night, everyone, and goodbye.